Jump complete.
Yeah, you thought I was done, you sons of bitches? I'm back, and I'm here to kick your fucking ass! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I officially finally got bored enough to want to go back and check out Helldivers 2. Now, first off, before we begin, I want to say, I don't think this game is bad. Not at all, actually. They've made some really dumb decisions, but they've kind of learned. Sometimes they learn, sometimes they don't. They like to do this thing where, oh, we did a really bad thing, we're very sorry. Oh, we fixed it all, we promise, everything's gonna be good. Oh, here we go again. So, I want to say a couple months ago, I started replaying Helldivers 2. And the only reason I've taken so long to get to making this video to talk about it is because I've been just straight up busy, dude. It's so busy right now. But anyway, I want to get into the topic, like, is it time to return to Helldivers 2? Is this a game that if you decide to take a break from, is it time to get back into the fight and fight for democracy? And the answer for that is, maybe? Depends on when you left. Everyone knows the beginning of Helldivers 2 and how it basically took the whole world by storm, basically making all these other developer studios basically shit their pants as they were all freaking out about how good Helldivers 2 was doing, how good it was doing for money, and how good it was handling its monetization. Not over excessive battle passes and stuff like that, basically showing everybody how it's done. Then, once the game started getting out, I was told about it, and I finally bought it, and I was obsessed with it. I was there at Malevolent Creek, I was there for the Meridia explosion when the black hole happened, and all that good jazz in between. Getting the mines, donating for the kids, a lot of good memories are in this game, and I do like them. Then everything started to go wrong with them constantly nerfing everything. Then the Sony outage happened where over 100 countries still can't play the game to this day. That has not been fixed. The mandatory PlayStation Network account, which thankfully got reverted, but still these countries can't play because they don't allow PlayStation Network. Once the whole issue with the PlayStation Network account was lifted, people started playing the game again, they stopped downvoting the game, and basically everything went back to normal. Then they started buffing some weapons because people were getting sick of them nerfing weapons nonstop. They did buff them, and then they went ahead and nerfed it again, specifically the flamethrower, which was a fan favorite. They nerfed all that right before the flamethrower war bomb was about to come out. Insane. I really want to talk to the developers and ask, what was your reasoning for that? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Once that happened, a lot of people left, including me. That was the final straw for me. And now here we are again. They did their Escalation of Freedom update, which was mid. They did their 60-day fixing everything, which was great, fantastic. That was really good of them to do. But are they going to keep it? I'm still skeptical to this day that something's going to get nerfed. And now we're here. After the 60-day update and the gas warbomb being brought out and the loyalist warbomb being brought out, we're here. What has happened? Well, the DSS station has been built finally. That thing took literal months. And unfortunately, the DSS station was not the best thing. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that's in the game currently. For starters, there are no new missions. There are no new missions since they added the defense missions. I believe those were the last ones that they added that was different. While all the weapons do feel fantastic and awesome, unfortunately, that's not enough to keep your player base from just coming back. It might be for some, but not all. My biggest issue with the game, honestly, is the lack of missions. For example, in the tutorial area, there is a little side objective you get to do where you pick up a Helldiver flag and you run it across the area. And I love that, and I feel like that should be a mission on a planet in general. And I remember when they teased the raise super flags for Super Earth mission, and it came out and you just sit there and fend off enemies while the flag slowly gets raised. No, let me carry it through battle while automatrons are shooting at me non-stop, and it would have been so cool. But no, so unfortunately there haven't been new missions that I can recall at this time. What else has been happening? Well, the DSS station. If you guys were around when Meridia blew up, I believe that's when the DSS station started to get built. Everyone was excited for the DSS station to be completed. And we were all speculating what it was going to be. Is it going to be a social hub where we can queue up, where we can walk around? That's not our ship. Like, is this going to be something that can destroy planets like the Death Star in Star Wars? Like, what is this thing going to be? Months go by, and man, it was a grind. And it was finally done. And it was so not fucking worth it. I'm kind of glad I was gone during this. This would have sent me off the rails. The DSS station now, basically you get 3 things to choose the community. You can spend your renown, which everybody has probably maxed out renown by now, on basically giving everybody Hellpod space optimization, which is basically you go in with full ammo, which everyone brings because it's basically necessary and should just be standardized. And seriously, why? But now that's the thing, so you can go to pay for that, or you can have an orbital barrage, which reminds us all of the 380mm orbital barrage before it got fixed with the aiming. Well, the automatron gunner is back, and now he's stationed at the DSS station because this thing is blowing people up just as bad as the 380 before it was fixed. And then there's the Eagle orbital strikes, which are, from what I've seen, very cool, but I haven't personally seen it. I just haven't been on when it's been going, but I've heard that's okay. But that's it. You can't go on it. You can go next to it with all the other ships. You can't go on this giant station that apparently has like 4 million people working on it. You can't go on there. You can't do anything with it. You go in there, you pay, and then you call it a day. Well, let's get back to the fight. Basically, you go down on the planet, you do your mission, and then you extract. There's no new enemies since Escalation of Freedom. There's a couple new weapons, and like I said, the weapons feel amazing. I'm not doubting the weapons at all. But that's it. There's nothing. There's nothing to do. I went on Reddit before making this video, and I just wanted to see what people are saying. And it seems like a lot of people are saying that this game is getting very stale. When all the crap started to happen, that their war bonds and all that, they slowed down their war bonds. Like, they come out every other month now, I believe, where it used to be every month, and it was pretty good. But they slowed that down because they were getting feedback like, hey, these war bonds suck. I personally never thought they sucked, but I guess I was not part of the big crowd. But now, content kind of comes out really slowly, and maybe it's because we were spoiled with how they were doing it before, but it's hard to sit there. If you have everything, and all the samples and all the upgrades, like, I think I have a friend of mine that has everything. There's nothing to do. Like, yeah, I can go fight and enjoy the gameplay. Trust me, I will just play a game for just the gameplay. Darktide is literally my biggest guilty pleasure. But, I don't know, it just feels different to me, but like there's nothing to do in Helldivers 2. Which is crazy to think, because this is like the definition of a live service game. And right now we're going through a content drought. And it's just weird to me. So, if you've been out of the game for like a while, and I mean like a while, like maybe like April of this year, I would definitely go back in and check it out. Like, you would have fun all the way up to when the flamethrower war bond came out. Definitely come back in and check everything out like I did. And like I said, I enjoy it. I have fun. The gameplay is fun. But what's it for? Like, I feel like I don't do anything for the global order or the major order. And then when we found out that it was basically a D&D campaign, where we have Joel as the GM, I don't know, it makes it feel worthless to me, personally. I love this game. I would have loved to have seen it nominated for Game of the Year, and it still can win with player choice, thank God. But I don't know. Maybe I feel like a lot of bad decisions were made, and unfortunately, it tainted the reputation of Helldivers 2 to some people. I'm more than willing to keep playing this game as long as I can find something to do or have fun with it. But we are a shell of a team now, because we used to have 400,000 people on here playing this game, and the war felt actually like, you know, like we were going to get stuff done. Nowadays, it's really hard to see like this number come back ever again. I think there was one month we were like at 100k again. Not even, we haven't gotten back over 100k now. And yes, obviously the restrictions with the countries is going to affect that, but you're telling me 330,000 people were from around the world playing this game and not the majority in US? We have 75,000 right here. But yeah, it's a shame. I don't want to see this game fall. I really don't. And I know I'm being hypocritical, like, oh, 20,000 players, that's still a lot, Juby. Like, that's good numbers. Yes, it is. But compared to what it used to be, it's not. You lost almost 80% of your player base, I believe. Someone do the math for me. I suck at that. And just, I'm worried with the lack of content and the rate of content coming out, it's just gonna get worse. Who knows, maybe they have something big cooking. I know vehicles are coming, and they're still trying to figure out how to make vehicles work, because you can't have multiple vehicles on the map, because apparently the engine can't handle it. I feel like you should have thought of that before you started making the game, but whatever. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to talk about Helldivers 2, and if you think you should go and return it, I think you should at least check out the updates they've done. They are tremendous updates, and they haven't reverted them yet, so why don't you go there, why don't you go out, fight for Soup Earth at least one more time, before they nerf everything like I think they're gonna do.